Attention, Gunners! Arsenal has just made a shocking movement in the market, and no one saw it coming. Mikel Arteta has already defined her first reinforcement, and the negotiation is advancing fast. Who is the name that can change the destination of the team? Will we finally have the missing player to fight for titles? The details of this bomb now. Don't leave, because this news can change everything. And let's go to today's news, but first, just check it out if you are already subscribed to the Buy channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you stay informed about everything related to Arsenal. The Gunners activates the notification bell and select the option All. Done that, we will send everything last minute that comes out of the behind the scenes Arsenal. Gunners, we have a goal of likes to hit this 46 likes video. In the last video, we hit the goal in less than an hour. Proof that it is Root Gunners and leaves the like for us to hit this goal soon. Attention, Gunners! We have hot news directly from Emirates Stadium that can change the course of next season. Arsenal is about to undergo a significant transformation, and you, a passionate fan, can't miss any details of this story. Recently, the club has confirmed the signing of Andrea Berta as the new sports director. Berta, who built a solid reputation during his time at Atletico Madrid, arrives with the mission of raising Arsenal to new levels. Your experience and strategic vision are exactly what the Gunners need to get back to the top. Mikel Arteta, our commander by the countryside, has already made it clear to Berta what the #1 priority should be: the hiring of Nico Williams. Athletic Bilbao's young talent has caught the attention of all of Europe with its electrifying performances. His speed, dribbling skill, and versatility in both wings make him a desired piece in the Arteta'S puzzle. Williams has a $50 million termination clause, a value considered accessible to the potential it offers. However, the player's salary requirements may be an obstacle in negotiations. Berta, with her vast network of contacts in Spain, is working hard to overcome these barriers and bring the wondering to the north of London. Meanwhile, other sectors of the cast are also being evaluated. The possible departure of Thomas Partey, who attracts interest from European giants such as Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, makes room for midfield reinforcements. Names like Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle and Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad are on the radar of Arsenal. Both players would bring quality and depth to the team's central sector. The need for a weight striker is also evident. With the scarcity of goals at crucial moments last season, the board is eyeing options that can solve this problem. Newcastle's Alexander Isak and Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig are some of the names ventilated in the Emirates corridors. However, the values involved in these possible transfers are high, which requires careful analysis. Berta's arrival signals a change of posture in the transfer market. Known for his ability to identify talents and close advantageous deals, it is expected to bring this expertise to the Arsenal. Your close relationship with influential agents and your experience in European football can be important differentials in the coming negotiations. In addition to hiring, the integration of young base talents has been a priority for Arteta. Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri are clear examples of this. Both had opportunities in the main team and showed that they have the potential to establish themselves in the cast. This confidence in young people not only strengthens the team, but also represents a significant economy in the club's coffers, allowing more strategic investments. The always demanding and passionate crowd eagerly awaits these movements. It is expected that, with the certain reinforcements and efficient management, Arsenal can fight again for important titles, both in the domestic and European scenario. Next season promises to be of great emotions, and every decision made now can be crucial to future success. While negotiations are underway, players prepare for the challenges to come. The preseason will be crucial to integrating new reinforcements and adjusting the team tactically. Arteta has the mission of shaping a competitive team capable of facing any equal opponent. The Gunner community around the world is closely observed every step taken by the board. The hope is that with planning and ambition, Arsenal resumes its prominent place in world football. The coming weeks will be decisive, and all eyes are focused on Emirates Stadium. In short, the Arsenal is in a moment of transformation. With the arrival of Andrea Berta and the possible hiring of Waite, the club demonstrates its intention to return to the top. The always faithful crowd expects these changes to translate into achievements on the pitch. The approaching season has everything to be a milestone in the history of the Gunners, and each fan is eager to see the unfolding of this new era. The big question now is, will Arsenal really be able to take this next step, or do we risk seeing another frustrating summer full of negotiations that do not advance and hires that do not solve our problems? Because let's face it, we have seen this story before. The team identifies the targets, the news starts to circulate, the fans get excited, but at time H, or the player chooses another club, or the board cannot close the deal. And do you know what happens next? We entered the season depending on improvisations and temporary solutions. This cannot happen again. Mikel Arteta knows this. Andrea Berta knows that. But is the board really willing to act relentlessly in the market? This is the fear that every fan has. Because Arsenal is one step in consolidating itself as one of Europe's giants again, but a false step can put everything to lose. And if we are sincere, we have seen this story several times in the last decade. We got close, but something has always been missing. This time, it can't be missed. Now you may be wondering, but does Arsenal have money for these signings? And the answer is yes, but with caveats. The club has a very well-organized financial structure, especially after the departure of players with heavy contracts and the careful administration of revenues. But that doesn't mean we can spend without thinking. The difference between making accurate hiring and making mistakes in targets can define Arsenal's destiny for the coming years. And speaking of hiring right, have you ever wondered about the impact that a player like Nico Williams can have on the team? This is a player who can completely change the Gunners' attack. With his absurd speed and ability to dribble in tight spaces, he can give Arsenal a new offensive element, something we miss in several matches of last season. How many times have we seen the team have difficulties to break closed defenses? Williams may be the solution to this. But here comes a big question: the salary. Its market value of $50 million is a fair price, but its salaries can be an obstacle. This is the kind of detail that can wage a negotiation and, in the end, make Arsenal lose the chance to bring a different player. Berta will need to use all your experience to enable this agreement. And the attack is not the only sector that needs urgent reinforcements. The imminent exit of Thomas Partey leaves a hole in the midfield. Despite his injuries and some inconsistency, Partey was still a key player in the cast. Now, with Barcelona and Atletico de Madrid interested, his permanence seems increasingly unlikely. The question is, who will Arsenal bring to replace it? Names like Martin Zubimendi and Bruno Guimaraes are on the radar, but both represent challenges. Zubimendi has a termination clause of $50 million, a value that Arsenal could pay, but Real Sociedad does not want to give up the player. Already, Bruno Guimaraes would cost much more, something close to $100 million, and competing with clubs like Manchester City for hiring will be a hard battle. And if we can't close with any of them, what happens? Does Arsenal start another season without a midfield strong enough to compete for the biggest titles? This is the real fear. Without a replacement at height, we would be relying only on Declan Rice and a makeshift pivot beside him. This is not enough for a team that wants to be champion of the Premier League and fight at Champions League. Another point that needs to be said: what if we don't bring a heavy attacker? The fans have long been asking for a decisive center forward, someone who can score 25-30 goals per season and solve the big games. Gabriel Jesus is an excellent player, but it is not that kind of killer 9 shirt. The most talked about names are Alexander Isak and Benjamin Sesko. Isak has proved his talent at the Premier League and would be a dream hiring, but its $150 million price makes negotiation extremely difficult. Already, Sesko from RB Leipzig could be a more affordable alternative, but there is still doubt if he is ready to be the reference man of the attack. If Arsenal really wants to compete to be equally to the best teams in Europe, it cannot enter the new season without a real killer in front. This means that leaders need to act quickly and accurately so as not to lose the best options available on the market. And now, I ask you, you believe Arsenal will act aggressive in this market, or we will see the Utro summer frustrating? Leave your comment and share with other fans who need to know the situation. Don't wait. Send to 3 WhatsApp contacts that cheer for Arsenal as well and write, "I'm gonna raise." That today, God will open the right doors for you, for sharing our work and helping us. The reality is that Arsenal has everything to be one of the protagonists of the next transfer market. But having potential is not enough. The club needs to turn this into concrete actions, bringing the right players to raise the team level. And one thing is certain, if Arta and Berta get it right in signings, we can be about to see a stronger Arsenal than ever. But if they make mistakes, the rivals won't wait. Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, even Newcastle, all are reinforcing. If we stay behind, recovering this terrain will be even harder. Now it all depends on the board. Will they deliver what the fans expect? The next few days and weeks will say everything, and we will be following every detail of this story. Write Strength Arsenal in the comments if you think the cast will react and win the next games. And if you have gotten here, it means that you really care about Arsenal. So you know, enable notifications, stay tuned, and don't miss the next updates. Because every news can be the detail that will define the future of our club. Thanks for watching here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the next content. Now go to our playlist that will appear on the screen or in the comment set with all the last-minute news from Arsenal, and stay inside behind the scenes, highlights, last-minute controversies, transfers, all about Team the Gunners. Until the next video.